You've been on your property journey for a long time, and now you have found the house of your dreams. All you want to do is get the key. But wait, there are some hidden bumps along the road, and this is where you need a lawyer to help smooth out those bumps. Today I'm talking to Matt Kelly, and we're going to touch on the subject of Bermudian sellers having properties with more than one ARV that are available to be bought by international buyers.
Thanks, Margaret. Yes, there's definitely issues to be aware of where you've got a non-Bermudian purchaser seeking to buy a property which has multiple assessment numbers. The law technically provides that a non-Bermudian buyer, which includes a PLC holder, can only purchase a property if it has one assessment number. This basically means that the sales agreement would have to be made conditional upon all the assessment numbers being merged into one to enable the sale and purchase to go through. However, this merger of assessment numbers creates various problems.
Can you share some examples with us?
Well, firstly, there is the cost, and that's construction work. In having to merge the assessment numbers, you're effectively merging, for example, the house with the separate apartment which has the assessment number. Therefore, if it's an adjoining property, for example, you would have to maybe knock through the wall to create a walkway through to connect the two units. If it's a self-contained apartment which isn't connected to the building, you would then have to maybe remove the kitchen from that apartment or remove the bathroom so that it's effectively becomes part of the house and it isn't, an independent unit. This is costly, involves the workers having to carry out these works. Secondly, a big issue here is the timing and the delays that this causes. So first you'd have to identify the nature of the works that are needed and to get the approvals from the Land Valuation Department and surveyors. Then once that's all carried out, that can take a few months, and ultimately only then can you complete once you've got the approval in place from the Land Valuation Department that all the assessment numbers have been merged.
So Matt, can you tell us what a buyer, or is it a seller who has to do this to alleviate the problem?
Typically it's the seller to alleviate, but it can be the buyer as well. I would recommend in the first instance, possibly even before you market the property for sale, approach immigration and see if they'll exercise their discretion and allow the non-Bermudian purchaser to buy the property with the multiple assessment numbers in place. This is rare, but it has happened in the past. However, if the minister doesn't grant or exercise its discretion to allow that to go through, I would recommend speaking to surveyors and also the Land Valuation Department at the outset, just so you can have a clear plan or a roadmap as to exactly what works are needed, and you could potentially carry them out before the sale. Therefore, there's no delay between the exchange of the sales agreement and then ultimately moving towards completion. If you've experienced delay and the Bermudian buyers aren't there, and you want to open up the market to a greater market to the international buyers, they should really be looking at the solution on resolving the multiple assessment issue.
However, I do believe that if the Bermudian owner of the house was actually non-Bermudian at the time they purchased it, that they are free to sell it with multiple ARVs. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. I think ultimately, if we could have the ideal solution that would be great for both sellers and buyers, that would be to tweak the legislation to permit a non-Bermudian to purchase properties with multiple assessment numbers. This would avoid the unnecessary cost and delays with the whole sale process. And I think importantly as well, this will help ease the rental shortage at the moment. There's a lack of inventory on the market. Therefore, if you're a non-Bermudian allowed to purchase a house with the assessment number and have multiple assessment numbers, they are then free to put the apartment on the market and get it occupied by a potential renter, subject to obtaining government's consent to the letting. So in conclusion, if you are a Bermudian seller looking to sell your home with multiple assessment numbers, the real estate attorneys can assist you through this process. So ultimately, you can get your buyer on board and sell the property quickly and efficiently as possible. I'm Matthew Kelly. I'm head of the real estate department at Hamilton Legal.
I'm Margaret Young, Global Real Estate Advisor, Rego Sotheby's International Realty. Thank you for watching.